Good morning and welcome to my first feral Druid how-to, and this is for farming Manual Crowd Pummelers, which are, as a feral tank, a critical piece of gear to maintaining threat in Classic. So first of all, you must come down to Booty Bay, make sure you've brought your Goblin Transponder, otherwise it is a very long run. Alright, this here is your way into where Gnomer is. Once inside, travel down this way, normally pop into cat, sprint. You want to do this quickly because you will be doing these runs on repeat for the whole of Classic, or at least the time you're tanking or feral DPSing. So you'll want to run through here. I run along with this sort of rail because it tends to keep me out of threat range of everything. Objective is not to kill, objective is to get in and out of the instance as quickly as possible. Into Gnomer, run through Clockwork Run, here. You can try and dodge the mobs. Sometimes that is a little quicker, sometimes stealthing is a little faster. Alright, once you're over here, this first pillar, big gear down the bottom, drop down. Do it in cat form, you won't take much damage. Avoid the vicious fallouts. I'll dodge our way through. Shouldn't be too hard unless you're doing this low level. You can do this from about level 45. It is much harder at low levels, and generally you wouldn't be doing anything that requires the level of threat the pummelers give you. If you are doing this at a low level, you will often need to stealth through large parts of this. At level 60, as you can see, I can just run along this rail, keep an eye out where the mobs are, should be able to dodge most of them. This is a run that's about speed, it's a farm run. And it's farming a single guy, because he's what drops the item. Down here. Up there is a boss that if you have not killed previously, you will need to kill. I will kill him today so you can see what he drops, and I'll explain to you why you want it. So just sneak around. There's things over there. So this is the Manual Crowd Pummeler. It has 3 charges, and this is why you're going to be farming it. It gives you 50% increased attack speed for 30 seconds. So in a lot of boss fights, if you are tanking, particularly if you are main tanking, you'll want to pop this. When you pop this item, pretty much as you run in, you'll fire it up, and then open with mauls. Preferably you've pulled rage, because you will burn through your rage pool at a great speed. In phase 4, which we're in right now for this recording, we don't have our relics yet. Next phase, so phase 5, when we get the reduced rage cost relics and the reduced energy cost relics, that makes the pummeler even stronger because you will not dump your entire pool as quickly. It means you can maintain that higher threat output for a lot longer. Alright, this is the Electrocutioner 6000. He drops the workshop key. If you haven't got the workshop key, you will want to kill this guy in your first pummeler.
Electric justice!
He's not hard to kill, at least not at level 60. High 40s, low 50s might be a little harder, and also, as usual, level of gear and equipment have an impact. This feral bit Druid of mine, even in cat form, does quite well. There's your workshop key, you'll want that. There's also some pieces of gear that are occasionally good for ults, but most of it's BOP, so we're not going to grab that because we don't want to burn bag space. Alright, we run back out now that we have our workshop key, because you'll need this for the phase 2 of the farm process. This is phase 1. We want to run back around here, dodging as many mobs as possible. Once again, this is about getting through the area quickly. be liberal with your cat form stealth, it will save you a lot of time. As we come around here, on the map you see the zigzag. This is where you want to be. This is how you will get down to the right section of the map to fight the Crowd Pummeler and get your pummelers. Most of the time I'll have 3 fully charged in my bag. I'm often off tanking, so burning pummelers isn't quite as frequent. If you're main tanking, you'll want to carry 4 to 5. Pretty much every 30 seconds a boss fight, you'll be burning one of those. So say Rag, you might burn through an entire pummeler's worth of charges, depending on how good your guild is and how much threat you need to put out. Nefarian, you're probably not going to be tanking Nefarian as a Druid, unless your guild is in trouble, or your group's in trouble. Not that you can't, that you just... Oh, full mob. These mobs do drop fused wire, which is going to be in a great deal of demand in Phase 5, with a Q and the much higher rate of group deaths that are probably going to occur. Okay, looking at my map, yep, I'm going the right way still. Pop the sprint whenever it's off cooldown, you want to go through here quickly. Alright, here is Crowd Pummeler. This is the boss you want to kill. Don't bother with bleeds, he's immune to them. Not that it makes much difference. Do not be on the far side of him, he does do a knockback. Always make sure he's on the ledge side of you. Pure cat builds will do much better at this, so will hybrids. I'm a pure tank build for this round. Alright, no problem this time. Alright, we move on to Phase 2 of the farm. And this is why you wanted your workshop key. Come around here. Head north. There is often a chest there. Sometimes it's worth popping, sometimes it's not worth it. I will not be opening it today on this run. If I'm doing a lot of these runs, I'll often open the chest. You know, you get a bit of cloth, sometimes wool, because wool tends to be fairly high value for what it is. Engineering materials are fairly common drops in here if you're killing large numbers of mobs. The fused wiring, that's used in repair bots, which particularly in Phase 5 get used a lot, because AQ is very lethal for a classic raid. Move around. Dodge all these guys. Come up here. Past this pack. Come around the top here. This pack here is the last pack in the area. Once you're clear of it, you can drop your stealth and get out, save yourself a little time. So about there, I'm definitely out of range. Range that you can drop your stealth will depend on your level. Alright, here's the back door. Reset all your instances. Back in you go. Run on down. Re-stealth. You can kill these mobs. They do drop cloth, silk, and a fair bit of wool. Once again, the previously mentioned engineering materials are also dropped pretty often through here. Come around the side. You can often do this bit here unstealthed, but because of how many line of sights and things blocking your vision are here, you can pop this, as you can see, but then you get very crowded map. So Don't forget about your track humanoids as a cat. Lots of people do. It's good for farming, not specifically this, but it's good for farming, say, you know, fire waters and eco and all those other lovely consumes that you're going to burn through as a tank. And then workshop key to get back in. Staying cat. Mostly just because it's faster. These guys are in position so I can just dodge most of them. And then stealth into the corridor because there's a walker. You might be able to make it around it, you might not. Easy just to stealth, often faster. Come around here. There's the pummeler. Right, back in. Beat on the pummeler.
Knocking back.
Perks are being a much higher level. But once again, don't make a mistake being the wrong side. And point hard distance. And boots again. Then you just run out. And here's sprint coming back off cooldown. Well, dash. Speed the kitty up. Avoid the mobs. Stealth the corridor. Stealth here. Should be able to run through this a bit. Evade the everything. Evade more of the everything. Stealth again. And I normally just stealth this last bit, which should bring your pummeler kill times down to about 4 minutes a kill. You will very quickly run into your maximum instance timer, so just log out outside the back door, which we're headed to now. Stealth. Keep running. Back around. Outside. And reset. Repeat until you have enough pummelers. Right. Thank you for watching this short video.